Long time no see. Long story short, moved house, don't have a lot of space. Anyway, let's have a look at the Kindle Scribe. Now, why are we looking at a boring Kindle? It does books, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it does. But it also does arty things. And we like arty things, don't we? So, I'm going to skip the whole Kindle book, blah, blah shenanigans, straight into notebooks are called. And you can make all different notebooks with loads of different pages, usual stuff. Now, this is your blank page. Inside are the icons. So, icons, you have things like pen, fountain pen, felt tip, pencils, and then different thicknesses. You can then go for erasers and that's a highlighter, eraser, selection tool, blah, 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 blah. But we are more interested in things like this pen and pencil shenanigans. So, let's have a look at it. It is, spoiler alert, it is good. But it does have a couple of issues. So, pen. Again, you can pick the different thicknesses. I'll quickly go through them from left to right. So, you have your usual idea. You do have some variable thickness on things, such as pencils and whatnots. Your pen thing, you don't have as much in the way of variable line thicknesses. Pressure sensitive, I mean. We can then have fountain pen, same idea, and it does have the whole idea of being like a fountain pen, which I do like. I must say, I do like it. It is good when you're doing a drawing and you can sort of pretend you've got a fancy calligraphy pen. And felt tip is just bog standard inky marker, nothing special. I'm not going to get through them all on this one. It's just your usual stuff. Oops, go on. That's that. Pencil. We like pencils. Now, pencils, you can have certain amounts of thicknesses where you can kind of go light then heavy. And then I shall show you its nifty special thing that I do like with the whole pencil thing. That you can go like that. So you can kind of start off light and you can get heavier, which is good. But the other thing I do like is you can do shading, so you can actually tilt the pen. So if I do, so the pen I'm in just now is the thickest pencil. I keep saying pen, but it's pencil. So we're in the thickest pencil. Okay? And that's the way it goes. But what you can do is you can tilt the pencil. Now that's pretty cool. Come on, that is pretty impressive. I do like that. It is good when you're doing sketches and you can go from a nice fine bit, nice and light, and then you can go heavy. So that's good. I like that. Now, you just swipe to the side to make another page. So make another page for highlighter. They call it a highlighter. This is where there's potential issues. I don't know why they don't fix this. The highlighter seems to be that it's sort of like a ribbon idea. So if I take the eraser and I take a fine eraser and I put a fine eraser through here. Now, you see how it looked good at the start? But as soon as I let it go, it goes all this jaggedy way, because it's as if it's doing it in chunks, with a chunk, stop, chunk, stop, chunk, and each chunk is got to be square, turn, square, square, turn, square. And it means that you can't really use this. I like to use it for shading, but you can't really use it for shading at times, because if you try and make, say you're trying to do it and make a fine, say you wanted a fine this to come from thick to thin, and you think, well, I'm going to erase this chunk here, so I'll erase that to make it go from thick to thin. No, because it was going to erase that whole chunk. So it does this every time. So it looks good there. As soon as I let it go, boom, takes away the whole chunk. Bloody useless. So it is good. You can use it, but you've got to kind of be wary that, yeah, you can't get a nice fine line on it, and you can't easily manipulate it to, you know, be a nice. Ideally, you want it to be thick then thin. You're going to chop a bit off. No, it won't. It'll just chop a big chunk. So annoying. So annoying. Don't know why they haven't fixed that. I don't know why they've not noticed it. Is it just me? I don't know. Things like selections and stuff, I never use selections. So that's one with just a pencil. And again, putting it on the side for the shading. And then pencil just for the outlines. Silly little drawing. Again, that's the highlighter. But again, I'm being careful to go around these lines because I know I can't erase it. If I erase it, it's going to look all wonky. So you can use it for shading, but you've got to be careful with it. Same again. Looks okay, but you got to be careful. Again, this one was done though with the highlighter. Then I think it was the pen I used for that one. I don't remember. Pencil again, and the highlighter for the outline, or for the shading at the back. That one is just an ink pen. I think it was a fountain pen actually, one that I used for that one. But as you can see, it is pretty good. But I just wish they would fix that highlighter thing. If they fix that highlighter thing so that you could, basically so you could use it, rather than it being just a big scribbly blob, then it would be spot on for doing black and white drawings. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. Obviously you've got undo and redo, blah blah blah, the usual things. What I did forget to mention was that you can tap at the top, and seriously, yeah, and you can go different options at the top for different notebooks, that kind of idea, different settings. We can go back to our notebooks, and what you can do is you get a thumbnail of your image in your last current page kind of thing. You can tap on the dots. Your menu here, you can obviously open your notebook, you can rename it, you can delete it, all that jazz. But what you can do is you can share. When you share it, this lets you quick send it to whatever email address you're registered with. You can share it via email, and you can even convert text and send it to an email address. So you could do handwritten notes and then convert it to text to send it to your email address. That is about it. I think from what I remember, the send is a PDF, from what I remember off the top of my head. Let's see. In fact, let me open this one. I think this was a test I was doing before anyway. This is just going to be loads of junk in this one. I was testing Amazon Scribe and sending it to Google Photo. And would Google Photos detect all that and make it text? And it did. So that was pretty good. What other junk have I got in here? This was a whole bunch of pencil tests. with the eraser going through them. This was it on its side. These were all tests I had done a while back. This was the whole shenanigans with the dumb highlighter thing. It could have been good, but it wasn't really. Another test, another scribble. This was the pens and pencils. I'm sure I had a bit for just some text. Yeah, there we go. Testing conversion from handwriting to plain text. And I've got it in cursive and in just your capitals. So, let me just test it. Whoops. Let me test it and see if it will actually send it. So, you can't do a single page here. So this is like a 10-page notebook. Tells you in the bottom left here. So I would have to probably send all 10 pages, but I'll see how it goes. So I'm going to have this notebook here, and I'm going to share it, and I'm going to say, convert to text, and quick send it to me. Yes, please, thank you. Converting your notebook, your email may take a couple of minutes to arrive. Right, through the wonders of technology, here we have. On the left, we have the PDF, and this is obviously the page with the handwritten text on the left. On the right, it's got there, page 1, testing conversion from handwriting to plain text. So it's got both of those spot on the money. The rest of it is obviously gibberish because it was never meant to be converted to text. So, yep, the handwriting conversion is spot on. So, Kindle Scribe, out of 10, tempted to give it a 9, but I'm going to say an 8. 8 out of 10 because of the highlighter thing. Fix that highlighter and I'll easily give you a 9. It's not perfect, but I'll give you a 9. I think that's quite fair.